As we enter the conversation of initiations and the bogus initiation schools, let's just give you a sense of how the 2026 winter initiation tragedy is unfolding currently. The death toll during this 2026 winter customary initiation season rising to 35, 12 abductions and around 180 initiates rescued from illegal initiation schools. 75 initiates also currently in hospital, and then 58 illegal schools also being opened and 42 have been closed. 150 cases opened, and these have resulted in around 40 arrests. And the minister describing this as concerning and calling for greater collaboration. But what role do parents and traditional leaders have, here to play, as well as law enforcement authorities, as well as government, when it comes to dealing with this particular crisis? So let's speak to the COGTA Minister now, Velenkosini Hlabisa, who's joining us now for an update. Minister, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. Numbers that are quite concerning. Is there an update, or are the numbers still the same?
Good evening, Bongiwe and the viewers of SABC. The last statement we issued, the numbers were standing at 35, but as of today, it is 36 now, with one extra. This is a matter of concern because these are young, healthy boys, some who were breadwinners, who unfortunately are no more. We do want to convey our condolences to parents, families. We still make a clarion call to a heavy responsibility the parents must play, because Bongiwe, a person who makes a choice for the boy to go to initiation and where to attend this session, it's a parent. But communities also play a bigger role, because some boys are raised by single mothers who are not allowed to visit the initiation schools. Uncles, fathers, brothers, and males in the society, this is their culture. They are the one who need to assist in terms of daily visiting the initiation school to monitor and see the condition of the initiates, so that those who are not showing to be recovering well are quickly identified and referred to the hospital. Mm-hmm. We are hopeful. We are not going to see major increase, because the challenging time is the first 10 days of the initiation season, as they are about to conclude over the coming weekend.
So, Minister, we've been here so many years in succession. Last year, I remember you had your own meeting with traditional leaders. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But the Constitution is clear. It recognizes the right to life. So why must young men continue to die while trying to be men?
This is a conversation we are having with parents, because Bongiwe, culture is like a religion. You know, religion is a very deep matter. You need to engage a person if a person believes in a particular religion. So culture is the same. We are in a deep engagement with our traditional leaders as custodians of our culture, but also with parents, that there are safe ways of going through this process in terms of modern medical procedure. But in some society, a stigma is there that if you did not go cultural way, you are not man enough. And we are engaging communities that we cannot afford to lose healthy young boys every season in a year for something that can be avoided, that even in the traditional way, let us include the medical technology in order to save lives. This is unacceptable, Bongiwe. In no no way this should be allowed going further forward, because the Constitution places a responsibility on the government to protect the right to life. We wouldn't want to see a confrontation between government and culture. That is why we appeal to parents that they are the ones who must take the first responsibility in this matter.
But there are illegal schools that are still there. And I read your statement. You're saying that parents need to do their own due diligence here. That's one part. There's another part here. The other part is law enforcement authorities. What are they doing? Where is the intelligence gathering? Where are the authorities to make sure that whoever's running this a school is actually somebody that is envisaged as part of the policy? Because the laws are there. They're very clear on what needs to be done. So where else then do we need to look at to make sure that these bogus schools don't exist anymore?
Bongiwe, as you alluded to the statistics in terms of the schools that have been open, schools that have been shut down, arrest that has been made, we are following closely on prosecution. But above all, Bongiwe, beyond intelligence, a child belongs to a parent. A real parent should not take his or her child to an illegal school. You know, Bongiwe, this responsibility must weigh heavily on parents, then on government, intelligence. Yes, as a government, we carry a responsibility, but a primary responsibility is like taking your child to school. The government can assist, but it must be a parent who chooses where my child must go for schooling, because this is about the future, it's about the life of a child. If anything goes wrong, really, a parent is the first person to carry the blame.
Which I hear and I understand, but some of the parents have said before that they do not know the difference. They don't know what is a legal or an illegal school. So perhaps we try to help someone like that tonight to say, what do they look out for then?
Bongiwe, in most, if not in all communities who send their children to initiation school, they are in traditional communities. In every traditional community, every rural community, there are traditional institutions. Izinduna, Amakhosi, and in every community there is a ward councillor. Our ward councillors and PR councillors, they know within the vicinity which is a legal initiation school and which is the bogus initiation school. Those are the closest people in our communities. And also, they can rely even in centers of education, principals of schools, the academic schools within it, they definitely know the legal schools, but the closest, Bongiwe, Izinduna, Amakhosi, our councillors, our municipalities, all our municipalities know which are legal schools so that they can refer parents accordingly. Bongiwe, while I really appreciate the angle you are coming from, but we must hold parents responsible. It is even like taking a child into an illegal school, academic school, and the parent couldn't say, I didn't know that this is not a legal school, but there are many revenues. I have indicated them where you don't need to travel. It's just a matter of walking to get the correct information for the sake of the safety and the life of your child.
So what are you going to do now? Because last year, I remember you had that engagement with the traditional leaders, and there were many other meetings that you then subsequently had because you wanted 0 deaths and you wanted safe initiation seasons. So where to from here now? Because you speak about the parents that you say must be held to account, but how are you going to do that, and where are you going to then start looking to make sure that this 0 deaths, initiative actually comes to pass?
Firstly, Bongiwe, is to continue our engagement with the traditional sector, but also ensure that consequence management to those that have been arrested, we are going to follow it up so that we send a message that the wrongdoers find proper way of dealing with them. But also, what we are going to do, as you will see in terms of stats, it is Mpumalanga now, which has a high number, and Eastern Cape, which has been an area of concern, is lower, even less than half of Mpumalanga. The attention that we gave to Eastern Cape, we need to equally give to all key provinces with high figures. Because if you look, yes, one is too many, but if you look, Gauteng is 2, Limpopo is 3, Northwest is 3, Free State is 2. Those are relatively small figures. Even in those small figures, it tells us we can drive to zero rate in these provinces. Our focus now should be Mpumalanga and again still Limpopo, although drastically the numbers went down, and this is a clear indicator that if we all pull together and ensure that we close all the gaps, we can lower the figures up until we reach zero death. And our preparations is going to get off the ground for the summer season, because summer is the time when it is too hot and many casualties occur. And we believe that with proper preparation and getting all stakeholders on board, we can achieve the zero rate, but we must concentrate more on consequence management, including arresting and prosecuting parents who are irresponsible in terms of choosing the right school to send their children.
So in another issue then, I wonder how COGTA is processing National Treasury's decision to withhold 13.5 billion rand in equitable share transfers to 69 municipalities.
In Ebongi, we had a joint meeting today with National Treasury in this morning, where we engaged on this subject on Friday. We are meeting with the parliamentary committees, the COGTA portfolio committee, together with National Treasury, and we are going to map out the roadmap in terms of dealing with this challenge, because it is true, Bongiwe. We have been consistent as COGTA that municipalities must not commit lies, adopt unfunded budget, because if you adopt unfunded budget, you are committing lies in public that you are going to spend 10,000, yet you know you only have 1,000. And the issues of wasteful expenditure are matters that we have agreed on a joint program, especially to prepare as we are approaching the elections, that we must not drop the ball. Because one good thing that appeared in the outgone financial year, the audit outcomes were better, even if not yet good, but we are turning the corner. Is the one common thing that we agree ourselves, National Treasury and Auditor General, that we must not allow the ball to be dropped as councillors are exiting, and we must manage the transition between December and January, when new councils are being constituted, and then concentrate on these key matters: funded budget, prudent use of money to ensure that service delivery is done. And next week, lastly, we are going to have a joint session in terms of media briefing with National Treasury, emanating from today's meeting and the Friday meeting, and a roadmap towards the elections and post-elections for the new councils.
All right, and just quickly before I let you go, please may I ask you to indulge us, right, and wear a different hat, this time as IFP leader, please. A senior leader of the IFP, Reverend Thulasizwe Buthelezi, has been removed as the Prime Minister of the AmaZulu Nation. Your reaction as the head of the party?
We congratulated Reverend Thulasizwe Buthelezi when he was appointed by His Majesty to be his traditional Prime Minister for the first time. And again, when the King reappointed him, we also congratulated him. It is the prerogative of the King to appoint and releases people who serve him while he is the King of the Zulu Nation. Even now, when the King has made this decision as the IFP, because we separate politics and traditional issues, we respect the decision of the King and we congratulate the new traditional Prime Minister as appointed by His Majesty, the King of the Zulu Nation.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister, Vele Nkosini Hlabisa.